What's going on YouTube? Josh here. Welcome to my channel. This is a new channel I'm creating to follow me on my journey to nursing school, through nursing school, and hopefully if I keep this up long enough, into my nursing career. So a little bit of background about myself. I am 31 years old. I currently live in Arcadia, Florida, which is a small town in kind of the middle of nowhere in Central Florida. They'll call it Southern Florida. I don't know why. I feel like it's more centrally located. But anyhow, as far as my education, I have a Bachelor's of Science in Exercise and Wellness from Arizona State University. I worked as a personal trainer for several years. I got my certification as a strength and conditioning specialist from the National Strength and Conditioning Association, so NSCA. And as I was working as a personal trainer, I was working out in Arizona, and my goal was to try and eventually move towards strength and conditioning for athletes. But my son was born, and we decided to try and make a change and go into business for ourselves. Now, having been in business for ourselves for a couple of years, we've decided that this just isn't for us, my wife and I. So we are making yet another change, and I am going to try to become a registered nurse. So about that situation, about that journey, it sort of just started a couple of weeks ago with that decision. I've been doing a lot of research into different programs in the area, different routes or options I can take to become an RN. For instance, there are schools that offer associate's degrees in nursing that are accredited, and after you complete your associates, you can sit for the NCLEX, which is the certifying exam to become or licensing exam to become a registered nurse. Or you can do a BSN program at a 4-year school. Either one is a perfectly viable option based on the research that I've accumulated so far. Obviously the associate's degree allows you to start working sooner, as it's a 2-year program, whereas a bachelor's is a 4-year program, and usually universities are going to be a little bit more expensive because you can typically pick up an associate's degree at a community college or junior college. But with a bachelor's degree, that opens up a lot more opportunities for advancement wherever you're hired on, whether it be at typically I feel like it's going to be at a hospital. Most nursing professions seem to be in a hospital now. I mean, you can get a nursing job in a lot of different areas, but the bachelor's just opens up more doors for you. It also makes it easier if you want to go into advanced nursing education, like getting your master's or getting your doctorate, because you already have those 2 years. So, however, there are RN to MSN programs, Master of Science in Nursing, and you can get your bachelor's along the way. Obviously, they're a little bit longer than if you've already had your bachelor's and go straight into your master's. So it's not that once you get your associates, there is no opportunity for advancement. It's just a longer process. So I myself have chosen to go the associate's route, and that is because it'll be faster, so I can start working as an RN sooner. So that is the reason I have taken that route. And I've looked at a couple of different schools in the area, and I've decided to go to Florida Southwestern State College. And the closest campus to me is in Charlotte County in Punta Gorda, or Punta Gorda, as a lot of Floridians say, but it's Spanish, so it's Punta Gorda. Anyhow, that's neither here nor there. So that campus is, I feel like it's the smaller of the 3 campuses that Florida Southwestern has. They have a campus out in Collier County here in Florida, which I believe is LaBelle is the city. I'm not 100%. And then in Lee County, where the main campus is, and that's in Fort Myers. Fort Myers is the city. And so Fort Myers, their campus admits the most amount of students into the nursing program. Then Collier is the second largest, and then Charlotte is the smallest program. Now, I've already been accepted to the college. It is more of a community college. They do have some 4-year degrees available, including a BSN. But I'm going to try and get into the associate's program. And I say I'm going to try to get into it because there is an application process separate from the college itself. So, as I said, I got accepted to the college, but I'm not accepted to the nursing program yet. In order to get into this particular nursing program, because it's different for every nursing program, you need to have completed 9 specific courses. You have to have a certain GPA, and, well, I guess you don't have, there's no minimum GPA, but I'll explain here in a minute what I mean by like certain GPA in order to be competitive. And then you have to have taken the ATI TEAS 6 exam. So the way it works is you complete these 9 courses. You have to complete these 9 courses before you start. So that has to be done. The 9 courses are Anatomy and Physiology 1, Anatomy and Physiology 2, Statistics, Human Nutrition, Human Growth and Development, which is like I believe it's like a psychology class. You have to take Psych or Sociology, a Humanities course, and it says right now that they recommend a Humanities course that is writing intensive, and I guess they're kind of the judge of that. I don't know. So that's 7 classes so far. What are they? Oh, microbiology, and what's the 9th one? I always forget the 9th one. English composition, of course. So I have completed, I would say, a majority, assuming that they're taking my humanities. So I'm enrolled in the summer mini-B session, which starts on June 25th and goes through the beginning of August of this year, 2018. Today is June 13th. And I am enrolled in statistics and microbiology. So in order to apply to the program, you have to have completed statistics and Anatomy and Physiology 1 and Anatomy and Physiology 2. Those have to be done in order to apply. But in order to start, you have to have completed the other 6 courses as well. So I already have Human Nutrition because that was part of my exercise and wellness program. I've already taken English Composition 1 because that's a general ed requirement for college. I've taken both Psychology and Sociology 101 back in Arizona, so that should transfer over. The only ones that I haven't taken yet are the statistics, which I'm taking, the microbiology, and the human growth and development. Now, I'm hoping that they accept my humanities course from Arizona State. It was an upper level course, an upper division. It was writing intensive, but I don't know if they're gonna accept it. We'll have to see. I may have to do a credit review, and hopefully they accept it. But I'll at least have statistics done by the end of August. So the deadline to apply by October is for next spring 2019, is October 15th. So I'll have statistics done. I'll have microbiology done. So the way that the application works is you complete these classes, and there's a point tally sheet that they have, and it gives you points based on the number of classes you've completed thus far whenever you submit your application, and it gives you points based on your GPA, your cumulative GPA from those courses that you've taken. Okay, of the 9. If you completed all 9, then it calculates it for all 9. If you've only completed 6, then it calculates it for those 6. So that's where your GPA matters. There's, like I said, there's no minimum, but you get a certain number of points the higher your GPA is, so it makes you more competitive. Okay. Once you do that, you also need to take the ATITs exam, and based on your score there, you're allotted again a certain number of points. So as of right now, I took the ATITs yesterday, June 12th, and I scored a 92 out of 100, which I'm happy with. I was hoping for a 95, but based on the tally sheet, anything above a 91 gives me the maximum amount of points I can earn towards my application. Obviously, a higher score looks better. I'm sure they take that into account, but it doesn't affect my overall point tally. So I guess in the grand scheme of things, it's minuscule, a 92 or a 95. Based on last spring's admissions, the highest that they had at Charlotte, the highest T score that they had was 93.3, so I feel like 92 is extremely competitive. And the highest GPA they had was 4.0. If I get an A in both statistics and microbiology this summer, then I'll have like a 3.41 cumulative GPA with the classes that I've finished thus far, assuming they don't take my humanities, and I have to take that in the fall. But I feel like that makes me extremely competitive. That puts my overall point tally at 82 or 83, and I think the top, the highest points that they admitted for last spring was 83 or 84, somewhere around there. So that puts me in the top as far as the point range. Now that doesn't mean that I'm guaranteed to get in. It doesn't mean that at all. It could be an extremely competitive application term. Who knows? But I feel really good about it. I feel really confident. Having had experience with exercise physiology and kinesiology, working with clients at my last personal training job, working with clients who were rehabilitating or had Parkinson's or other muscular disorders, I feel like definitely gives me a huge advantage as far as the knowledge. So that's where I am right now. I'll be starting classes in a couple weeks, so hopefully we have a good summer session, and I can apply and I can get into the program. And then I'm going to do a separate video on the ATITs exam. I can't give away like any questions that they ask or any details on the exam itself, just kind of my thoughts on it and what I did to prepare for it. So hopefully it'll help other individuals, other aspiring nursing students to do well and be prepared for the program. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys follow along. I'm really excited to start this new journey in my life. I've always had an interest in health and wellness and the medical field, and I feel like this is a new and exciting journey for me. So take care, guys, and I will talk to you next time.